And the Indian Sports Network is back on the air again tonight. This is Kenny Masterson coming to you live from Elsberry High School in Elsberry, Missouri, where we just saw the Elsberry Lady Indians victorious over the Van Far Lady Indians by a score of 52-20. It was actually a close game in the first half, and then Elsberry came out absolutely on fire in the third quarter and just pulled away. They were not letting Van Far get anything. But that game is over. Now we're here to see the Elsberry Indians versus the Van Far Indians. The Elsberry Indians this season are 1-10. And the Van Far Indians are 10-1, so they have the same record. It's just reversed. The obviously better record is going to Van Far Indians, but they do have a defeat, and we'll just have to see how this game turns out. But let me go ahead and go over the lineups for you before this game starts. At little over 8.5 minutes till the game starts. For the Van Far Indians, on the roster is number 0, Verdell Johnson. Number 3, Caden Caldwell. Number 4, Colin Wilburn. Number 5, Latrell Wright. I'm sorry, number 5, Latrell Wright. I can't even read. Number 12, Hunter Scroggin. Number 14, Julian Holtkamp. Number 22, Sam Middleton. Number 24, Aiden Lawrence. Number 33, Preston Burnett. Number 35, Riley Hansen. Number 40, Morgan Slatton. And number 42, Matt Dunn. The Van Far Indians are coached by Pat Conaway and Brett Reading. And for the hometown Elsberry Indians, on the roster tonight is number 1, Cody Thornhill. Number 2, Joel Mound. Number 3, Jack St. Pierre. Number 5, Eli Gladney. Number 10, Bryce Irving. Number 11, Caden Kinsler. Number 12, Kyle Turnbull. Number 14, Colby Twellman. Number 20, Deshaun Dodson. Number 22, Kane Sadler. Number 24, Jake Reimel. Number 44, Gabriel Hill, and number 50, Bo Henry. And I'm sure that number 44, Hill, is not going to be out there tonight. Like I said, he had an injury, had a wrist injury, and I don't know what they're forecasting for him coming back. Joel Mound had been out 2 or 3 games, and I see he's suited up tonight for this game. So looks to me like Hill is the only one out. Let's see. As we watch them down there, I don't see anybody else that's missing. Hill is the only one I can tell that's not there. I didn't even mention, though, that Elsberry is coached by Caleb Johnson and Tim Reller. That's the Elsberry coaches. So let's go ahead and throw some commercials in here to begin this game, get some of these out of the way so we don't have to do them during the game.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. These days, the concept of value matters more than ever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
And we are back now to start this game. They're going to be giving the the starting lineups. And just a little applause here for the Elsberry High School band.
First for the visitors and Coach Conway from Band 4. Starting for the Indians, number 0, Verdell Johnson.
Starting for Van Far tonight, number 0, Verdell Johnson.
Number 4, Colin Wilburn.
Number 4, Colin Wilburn.
Number 22, Sam Middleton.
Number 22, Sam Middleton. Number 35, Riley Hansen. And number 40, Morgan Slatton. And now starting for your hometown Elsberry Indians. Jack St. Pierre, number 2. Number 5, Eli Gladney. Caden Kinsler. Kane Sadler. And Bo Henry, number 50. Kind of shaking it up a little bit on the starting lineup tonight. So here we come out for the jump ball. Looks like it's going to be Bo Henry versus Colin Wilburn. And they get the game ball out there. And there goes up in the air. They're going to jump that one over. And immediately Verdell Johnson gets the ball and goes up for a shot and draws a foul on Kane Sadler. So Johnson with 2 shots. First one is up and good. So with 3 seconds gone in the first quarter, the score is 1-0. Second shot is up and off the front of the rim, and Sadler with the rebound. And Kinsler brings it down the floor. Ball knocked away from Eli Gladney, and he gets knocked away again. And Jack St. Pierre goes up, and the shot is blocked, and Van Far has it. This Van Far team looks like they are very quick. You can see that early in the game, just 45 seconds into the game. They are quick. Jump shot, no good, and Van Far gets the rebound. And an alley-oop type pass going over to Colin Wilburn, and it went out of bounds. So Elsberry's ball. Full court press put on by Van Far. And here comes Caden Kinsler up the court. And now a bad pass from Bo Henry over to the side, and it's Van Far's ball. Another cross-court pass for Van Far. That one worked out. They get the ball in deep, and it's broken up by Eli Gladney, and Bo Henry comes up with the ball. He gets it to Kinsler. And that ball is stolen by number 40. Puts it up and no good. And through all of that, that foul was on their number 22, Sam Middleton. That's their first foul tonight. And Kane Sadler stops dribbling up the court. He had an open court in front of him. And there is a charge called on Bo Henry. He put his shoulder down and his elbow out, and they are going to call that a foul. And that ball was in for Colin Wilburn for 2 points. Foul called on 35, Riley Hansen. Not really sure what that foul was all about. Okay, once again, the ball to Eli Gladney now. Reimel is in the game. Gives it to Henry, over to Jack St. Pierre. Bo Henry again was trying to get himself underneath. And there was a double dribble on Eli Gladney. He, I saw it happen. He, the ball just came up into his other hand. Another cross-court pass, and Verdell Johnson takes it right underneath for 2 points. And I was looking down at the paper. I missed exactly what happened right there, but it's Van Far's ball underneath. And there's another 2 points for Colin Wilburn. Drove the baseline for the pass in. And Elsberry takes the timeout. Score is 7-0, Van Far over Elsberry.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, and Kinsler with the ball, and he's in a trap, but he does get it to St. Pierre, and he gets it over to Reimel. Reimel drives in and is charged with a foul. They put an offensive foul on him. So Van Far with the ball. Johnson bringing it up the court. And a ball stolen by Kinsler. Wow, where have I heard that before? Stolen by Kinsler. Anyway, he stole it. And now he drive into the baseline, and Reimel out to Henry on the outside. And they just called another offensive foul there on Bo Henry. Wow. So he's going to have to sit down. 4:08 still to go in the first quarter. Score is 7-0. And all of that broken up. Elsberry with the ball. There's Reimel with a three-point attempt. No good, and Van Far with the rebound. And there was 22. That's Sam Middleton for a three-pointer. And Caden Kinzer just drove the floor for 2 points. All right. This game is almost out of control for both teams. There's a turnover there by Van Far. Twellman tried to get it in, and Verdell Johnson jumped right in there. 2 more points. And that pass in was right through Jack St. Pierre's hands. So Van Far sets it up again. Verdell Johnson out on the point. Now Sam Middleton takes it around to the far side. Caden Kinzer tried to steal the ball, couldn't quite get it. Shot by Johnson is no good, and Reimel up with the rebound. Twelman brings it down the floor, gets it over to St. Pierre, and he takes it in, and it comes in. 12-4 is the score. A little over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Three-point attempt for Johnson, no good. And there's number 5, Latrell Wright. He puts it up for 2 points. And there's Kinsler. Three-point attempt for St. Pierre, not there. And there's another foul on Jake Reimel. So Elsberry has 2 players with 2 fouls. Reimel and Henry both have 2 fouls early in this game. Van Far with the ball. And there was a foul called on Colby Twellman. That's 16 fouls on Elsberry already. All right, ball bouncing around down there. Who's getting called for the foul? Colby Twellman, another foul. So in about 3 seconds, Colby Twellman came up with 2 fouls. And that puts him on the line for a 1-and-1. First shot is no good. But number 4 does get the 2 points. And all right, they keep switching these numbers around on me here. It's number 4 that's out there. I think it's Deshaun Dodson, I think. And Colby Twellman in for 2 points. And there's number 4, Colin Wilburn, for another 2 points. 18-6 is the score. And Colby Twellman fumbled that ball. And it goes out of bounds to Van Far. 39.1 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 18-6 is the score. 17 seconds. They kick it out to Johnson, and his three-pointer did not fall in, but Van Far did come up with the rebound. Johnson back again, passed it off, and through all of that, the basket did not go in for anybody. So, first 8 minutes is over with. The score is 18-6. Van Far over Elsberry. So let's go ahead and take a commercial break.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
All right, get ready to start this second quarter. Change my number on here. And it's going to be, well, according to the scoreboard, it should be Van Far's ball. Oh, well. Okay, they get the ball in finally. It had to be getting close to 10 seconds. St. Pierre takes it in, and the ball rolls in, and he draws a foul. And that foul is on number 40, Morgan Slatton. All right, Henry's going back in, and Twelman's coming out. Ball bounced around, no good. It's a 15-foot jump shot, no good, and Henry has the rebound. And the pass was behind St. Pierre. And there's a shot in for Johnson. St. Pierre's bringing it up the floor now. And that ball stolen away from him. So Van Far with the ball out on the point. I would say they're slowing it down a little bit, but I don't think they're possible to do that. Long three-pointer there attempted. That was Sam Middleton, and it was no good. And Elsberry brings it up the floor. Bo Henry, 3 points, missed everything. And Van Far takes over. Score is 20-8. All right, so Van Far is bringing it up. No pressure at all from Elsberry. Johnson out on the point. Gets it over to the high post. And that's broken up by Elsberry, and Reimel has the ball. He started to drive in, changed his mind. Now he's driving in for a layup, and it's good. I was wondering why he wasn't doing that. They gave him the whole right side. 20-10 is the score. 3-point attempt, No good. And they're saying that that ball is out of bounds off of Elsberry, so it stays with Van Far. Okay, now they're reversing it. They're reversing it, and it goes over to Elsberry. I thought it looked like it, was pushed out of bounds by Van Far. And we got players that didn't quite make it in. Kyle Turnbull's in the game now. Reimel's bringing it up the floor. And what are they calling there? Reimel went in for a layup, and we got another foul on Morgan Slatton. That's his second. That puts Reimel on the line for, I would assume, 2 shots. First shot is no good. Second shot rims in and out. And the rebound went to Kyle Turnbull. He put it up, couldn't get the shot to drop, but he does draw the foul. And that foul was on 24, Aiden Lawrence, and that's his second. First shot is good for Turnbull. Second shot is good. 20-12. 5:20 remaining in the first half. Perdell Johnson puts it on the baseline, and number 4, Colin Wilburn, in for another 2 points with the rebound. Bo Henry puts it up, and no good, right under the basket. Van Far with the rebound. Pass broken up, and Reimel has it. Gets it over to Gladney, back to Reimel. And he's taking it up underneath, no good. And there's Kyle Turnbull for 2 points. 22-14. Pass is broken up. And it's going to be Elsberry's ball, out of bounds over on the side. Dodson coming out. And St. Pierre going in. And he gets it up across the timeline, gives it to Reimel. And nice, pretty play there. It just didn't work out. But it's Elsberry's ball underneath. And Turnbull mishandled that ball, and it goes over to Van Far. And that's Wilburn taking it the length of the court. Not there. Van Far with the rebound. And Johnson has the ball now. And he takes it up, draws a foul. See who the foul is going to be on. That foul is on Bo Henry. That's his third. That puts Colin Wilburn on the line for 2 shots. First shot falls out. Second shot is up, and it's good. And we take a timeout for Van Far.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird looks showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Kinsler takes it up the court. St. Pierre has the ball stripped away from him. And that was Colin Wilburn driving up the line and gets a foul called on Jake Reimel. So just like that, Bo Henry and Jake Reimel both have 3 fouls on them. And a free throw is good. Second free throw is good. 25-14, 11-point lead for Van Far. Kinsler with the ball, gets it across the timeline. And what do we got going on now? Foul called on Latrell Wright. That's his first. And that puts Kinsler on the line for a 1-and-1. First shot is up and good. Second shot is good. 9-point lead for Van Far, 25-16. Now Van Far's slowed it down quite a bit, and the ball went out of bounds. So Elsberry with the ball. All right. Nobody wanted the ball. So it finally goes over to Van Far. And Colby Twellman with the steal. Puts it up and in and draws the foul. That foul's on Latrell Wright. That's his second. So Twellman on the line for 1 free throw. And his free throw is good. Van Far keeping it on the outside. Now they get it in, and there's a 3-point shot for Riley Hansen. It bounced around a while, but it finally went in for him. Kinsler gets it up across the line. Twellman with the ball. Back to Kinsler again. And that foul was called on Kane Sadler. It's his second one. Didn't really see what he was doing. So Van Far with the ball on the outside. Now they get it in deep and little extra passing there that they weren't expecting. Verdell Johnson takes a jump shot and is fouled by Kane Sadler. That's his third foul. So Elsberry has 3 players with 3 fouls. Puts Verdell Johnson on the line. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Make that 2 for 3. Johnson ready for his next shot. And it's no good, and Dotson gets the rebound. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Ball knocked out of bounds. Trying to get the ball into Turnbull. Baseline pass was taken over by Van Far. Ball was in and out for Van Far. And there is a bat. All right. Middleton with the foul. That was Caden Kinsler on that drive. And he gets one shot. And it rims out. Three-point attempt, no good. And Verdell Johnson was over the back, but they did not call it. Colby Twellman with the ball, bringing it up the court. And they said he traveled. I didn't see it. His feet must have slid. 1 minute to go in the first half, 31-21. Verdell Johnson with the ball up and in. Almost stolen away. Jack St. Pierre for three, no good. Ball knocked out by Turnbull. So with 26 and a half seconds to go, and Van Far takes over with the ball and a 12-point lead. Johnson brings it up the floor real quick. Stops 10 feet away and puts it up for 2 more points. And that foul is going to be on Latrell Wright. That's his third. That puts Deshaun Dodson on the line. At least I think that's who it is. First shot is good. Second shot is good. 14 and a half seconds. There's a three-point attempt, no good. And Turnbull with the rebound, and that is the end of the first half. End of the first half. 35-23 is the score. So, you know what? For Van Far being a 10-1 team and Elsberry being a 1-10 team, Elsberry's doing a pretty good job of keeping up with them. I mean, seriously, there's only 12 points difference in these two teams. And, you know, you think of two teams with records like that, there'd be a much bigger difference. But there isn't. So, we go to halftime here. Let's just see if, much like the girls, let's just see if the boys can come out very energized in the third quarter, just like the girls did in tonight's earlier game. So let's go ahead and take some commercial breaks here during halftime.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better health care. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. These days, the concept of value matters more than ever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are ready to start this second half. And Van Far has the ball. They've got the ball and a 12-point lead. Verdell Johnson underneath to Wilburn, and he's up for 2 more points. So here's St. Pierre bringing it up the court. Gets it over to Kinsler. Rymel back out there playing, so is Bo Henry. Kinsler looked at a three-pointer, changed his mind. St. Pierre for 3, and it's good. (37-26). A lot of outside cross-court passing. And that shot was no good. There's a rare miss by Colin Wilburn. And St. Pierre tried to pass it off on the baseline, couldn't get it. And I think we're going to see it. Yep, there's a travel on Johnson. He pulled up the dribble, and his feet didn't stop. Still 37-26, 6:10 to go in the third quarter. Kinsler with shot, and Bo Henry right there with the rebound. And that pass is broken up. Who was that? Eli Gladney, I believe, broke that pass up, and it went off of Van Far. So Elsberry's ball. Jake Rymel has the ball now. And now Jake Rymel down on the baseline. And while that was all fumbling around, Kobe Trollman came up with the ball, but our Elsberry called a timeout. So it's going to be Elsberry's ball over the sideline when they come back. They've got this furnace blower blowing right on me. And so it's all the, I got some loose papers here, and they're flying around like a tornado. We had the tornadoes up at Clopton the other night. We don't need them here, too. Once again, 5:20 remaining in the third quarter, 37-28, 9-point lead for Vandalia Farber. Gets the ball into Henry, puts it back to Reimel, and he is in for 2 points. Drove that baseline hard. Now what do we have? We have 3 seconds in the lane called on Van Far. Bo Henry gets the ball over to Kinsler, and he needs to get across the line. Ball knocked away. Ball knocked away from Kinsler, but it goes out of bounds off of Van Far. 37-30 is the score. And Kinsler coming up and draws a foul. Who did they call that on? 35. They called that on Riley Hansen. That's his second foul. All right, Kinsler comes across the line again. Gets it over to Twellman. Gets it over to Twellman, and he took off running before he put the ball down. Traveling on Twellman. And there's a traveling called there on Riley Hansen. So, out of bounds to Elsberry. 4:22 remaining in the third quarter. And that ball stolen by Van Far on the pass in. There's a three-point attempt. No good. And Henry up with the rebound. Okay, they need to go north and south, not east and west. And there was 10 seconds right there. So Van Far with the ball under the basket. And that inbounds pass was broken up by Elsberry, but Van Far got it back. And there's a shot right underneath for Colin Wilburn, and unbelievably, he missed. All right, and there's a timeout for Elsberry. Let's take another quick break here.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right. Once again, score is still 37-30. 3:46 remaining in the third quarter. And Van Far has one player with 3 fouls, and they have 4 players with 2 fouls. Elsberry has 3 players with 3 and 1 player with 2. See how that plays out later on in this game. Right now, it's Elsberry's ball at the half-court line. Kinsler has the ball now. They're playing a man-to-man defense. And that ball's just given right over to Van Far. But that pass, their pass was too far ahead, and they couldn't get to it, so it's right back to Elsberry. Kinsler gets the ball knocked away from him. Reimel has it now. Reimel tries to drive and couldn't do it. Jack St. Pierre drives it up, and the ball was knocked out of his hands. And that foul was called on Kinsler. That's his first. That puts Latrell Wright on the line for 2 shots. First shot is no good. Second shot is no good, and Elsberry comes up with the rebound. St. Pierre in a little bit of a trap. Give and go there between Bo Henry and St. Pierre, and he couldn't get the shot to drop, but he does draw the foul. And that foul was on number 40. That is his third. That is Morgan Slatton. Put St. Pierre on the line for 2 shots. First shot is good. Second shot is no good. And Johnson up with the rebound. Get it back into Johnson in the lane. He puts it up, and 2 points. Kinsler with the ball brings it up the floor. 39-31. Reimel tries to pass over to Bo Henry. All right. Through all of that, I was just kind of watching it over there. Van Far had the ball, took it in, couldn't get the shot to drop, and as he tried to rebound his own shot, then it went out of bounds off of him. So Elsberry has the ball again. Reimel with the ball out on the point. High post for St. Pierre. That pass was right to Van Far. Johnson out on the point. Oh, right underneath to Wilburn. And there's foul number 4 on Bo Henry. So with 1 minute and 34 seconds to go in the third quarter, Bo Henry now has 4 fouls. Puts Colin Wilburn on the line for 2 shots. First shot is up and good. (40-31). 9-point lead for Van Far. Second shot is up, and it rolls in. (41-31). 10-point lead. And Kinsler had the ball knocked away from him. Does stay with Elsberry. They're talking about it now. All right, so they conferred on it, and it stays with Van Far. 1.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And as an errant pass in, and Dotson brings it up the line. Gets it over to St. Pierre, and he goes up with it and puts it in. Three-point attempt, and it's good. Sam Middleton for another three. That's his second one tonight. Colby Twellman for three. No good. And Van Far with the rebound. And they're taking it up the floor fast. Johnson has the ball knocked out of his hands. And possession will stay with Van Far. Johnson with a three-point attempt, no good. Twellman with the rebound. And that was a foul on Riley Hansen. I wasn't sure that they weren't going to call an offensive foul on Colby Twellman, but they called a defensive foul on Riley Hansen, and that's his third. St. Pierre with the ball, and he breaks through and then stops. Twellman takes off with it, and there is a two-pointer for St. Pierre. His toe must have been touching the line. Okay, it was a foul on Bryce Irving. And we have a timeout. As Van Far took a 30-second timeout. 19 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The score is 44-35. 9-point lead for Van Far. Get into this fourth quarter. I will say I'm very proud of Elsberry's team. They, for being, again, you compare a 1-10 team to a 10-1 team, Elsberry has definitely kept up with them. Van Far has it under the basket. Gets it in. Johnson drives the baseline, puts it up, and does not get the bounce. 6.3 seconds to go. Van Far is cold from underneath right now. And there's Wilburn. 2 points. And that is the end of the third quarter. The score is 46-35, 11-point lead for Van Far. So we go into the fourth quarter now. And let's take a commercial break here real quick.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
All right. Here we are with a fresh 8 minutes on the clock. Probably the last 8 minutes on this clock for tonight. But it's 8 minutes left in regulation. 46-35 is the score. Van Far, they've held the lead throughout most of the game. But Elsberry's made it a contest for them. They have not laid down and rolled over. So Kinsler with the ball. There's Bo Henry driving in, puts the ball up, and it bounced out. It could have gone either way, and it bounced out. Johnson with the ball up there, no good, and Reimel with the rebound. Jack St. Pierre for 3, no good. Bo Henry dribbled down the baseline, and he was called for out of bounds. 7:18 to go in this ball game in regulation, 46-35. Underneath the Wilburn, and he traveled with it. All right, Caden Kinsler with the ball. And he looked like he just wanted to drive it in. 3 points for Jack St. Pierre again, no good. And Johnson brings it up, puts it up, no good. Bo Henry with the rebound, and there's a three-point attempt for Eli Gladney, and it's good. 46-38. There's a three-point attempt, no good. And there was a shot for Riley Hansen. That's a two-pointer. 48-38, 10-point lead. And that foul was called on Sam Middleton. That's his third. Reimel out on the point, gets it over to Kinsler on the high post. And there's Jack St. Pierre for another three-point attempt, no good. And Van Farr with the rebound. Verdell Johnson brings it up the court. Throws it all the way across court. And Johnson does get the rebound there, and let's see what the foul was called on Eli Gladney. That's his first of the night. Get the ball in, Van Farr does. Less than 5.5 minutes to go in regulation. 10-point lead for Van Farr. Johnson drives in, puts the ball up, no good. And in the rebound category, Johnson comes back and gets the rebound and takes it in and draws a foul. And that foul was on Bo Henry. That's number 5 for him. So Bo Henry fouls out of the game with 2 points. 5:09 to go in the fourth quarter. And puts Johnson on the line. And it's good. Second shot for Johnson. No good. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Van Farr, goes to Elsberry. 5 minutes to go. Jack St. Pierre drives the baseline, puts the ball up, does not get the shot, but he does draw the foul. And that foul is on Riley Hansen. That's his fourth foul. First shot for St. Pierre is good. Second shot is good. 49-40, 9-point differential. Van Far slows it down a bunch. Wilburn takes it in for 2 points. Good looking play there for Wilburn. Little out of control there, and Johnson gets it and brings it up. And he gets the 2 points. And the foul is on Eli Gladney. It's his second. So Johnson at the line again with a 13-point lead. Free throw is no good, and Gladney with the rebound. Kinsler with the shot, no good. And a foul called on Verdell Johnson. That's his first of the night. He has been out there on the floor the entire game, and that is his first foul. So it puts Kinsler on the line. First shot is good. 53-41. No good, and Van Far up with the rebound. And they're going to play the clock. And that was a called traveling. 3:43 remaining in this ball game. Elsberry's ball. 12-point lead for Van Far. Right underneath to Jack St. Pierre, and he got 2 points. 10-point lead. And Johnson takes it in, and it does not roll in for him. And that's 4 fouls on Jake Reimel. Puts Johnson back on the line. He's 3 for 7 so far tonight. No good. Make that 3 for 8. Second shot is good. Kinsler brings it up pretty quick. He drives underneath, gets the ball up, and it's no good. And Johnson's going to take it the length of the court. Takes a little 3-foot shot there, no good, but Van Far does get the rebound. And that foul is on Jake Reimel, and that's his 5th. So once again, we have Johnson on the line. My score sheet here, I'm gonna run out of room for his scoring. 2:59 remaining in this fourth quarter. 54-43, 11-point lead for Van Far, and Johnson's on the line. Elsberry's had 2 players foul out. First shot is good. Second shot is good. 56-43, 13-point lead. Twelman takes it in and has the ball stripped away from him, and Van Far comes up with it. 2:43 to go. And Johnson went in for the shot and couldn't get it to drop. But the ball's out of bounds, stays with Van Far. Right underneath, no good, but Johnson with the rebound gives it over to Wilburn, and he gets the 2 points, makes it 58-43. 2.5 minutes to go in this game. 15-point lead for Van Far over Elsberry.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, 2:28 to go in this ball game. Score is 58-43, Van Far over Elsberry. And we come out to finish this game up. And like I was saying, Elsberry has definitely held their own on this game. They are 15 points down, but again, a 10-1 team versus a 1-10 team. And there is a foul on Colin Wilburn. That's his first. That puts St. Pierre on the line for free throws. Going to be a 1-1. And it's good. Second one rolls in. Johnson brings the ball up the floor. And he started the drive, then pulled back, did the same thing again. Van Far knows they don't have to do anything right now. Puts it up. That was Latrell Wright with two points. And here at the other end of the floor, brought it up real fast. Deshaun Dodson, at least again, I think that's who it is. Brought it up real fast and drew a foul. So he's on the line. He's 2 for 2 tonight. 3 for 3 from the free throw line. And he missed the second half of it. Right underneath to Wilburn. Couldn't get the shot to drop. And that foul is on Colby Twellman. That's his third. Puts Wilburn on the line. I would assume 2 free throws. Yep. First one is good. 61-46. He gets ready for his second shot. And it is in. So Elsberry's ball underneath at the length of the floor to go. 1:32 to go in this ball game. 62-46. He drove in, drew a foul, but it was before he was shooting. That foul was on Hunter Scroggin. That's his first. This should be a 1-1, I think. Yes, it is 1-1. It was not a shooting foul, but they are in bonus. Not in the double bonus, but they're in the bonus. First shot is good. Second shot is good for Kinsler. Right underneath, the ball does not go in. And Bryce Irving brought it down the floor and I believe drew a foul. No, he's just out of bounds off of Van Far. Kinsler with the ball, drives in underneath and gets the 2 points. 1 minute to go. Gladney with the rebound. Gets it to St. Pierre. Misses his shot from right underneath, and Van Far with the rebound. 30 seconds to go. And that foul was called on Latrell Wright. That's his fourth with 30.7 seconds to go in this ball game. 62-50, 12-point lead for Van Far. Kinsler for three, no good, and Van Far with the rebound. And that foul is going to be on Deshaun Dodson. That's his first. And Johnson back on the line. Free throw rolls in. It's good. 63-50. 14.3 seconds remaining in this game. And that shot was no good. And Kinsler brings it down quick. All right, Kinsler put the shot up. The shot was good, but they're not going to count it. They said the foul was on the floor. So with 7.5 seconds to go, Kinsler's on the line he's going to be on the line for 2 shots. Oh, and the first one First one rolled out. Second shot is in. Five and a half seconds to go. Van Far has the ball out of bounds. And that is the end of the ball game. Final score, 63-51. Van Far over Elsberry. And I know I've said it about 1,000 times tonight, but you got to give Elsberry credit here. Coming into this game, when you have two teams, one of them is a 1-10 team, and the other one is a 10-1, and the 1-10 team keeps that score within 12 at the end of the game, 63-51. They've done okay. So before they shut the lights off on me up here, let's go over a little bit of the scoring here. For Elsberry tonight, Jack St. Pierre had 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16. Jack St. Pierre had 18 points. Caden Kinsler had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points. Kyle Turnbull had 4 points. Colby Trollman had 5 points. Deshaun Dodson had 3 points. Jake Reimel had 4 points and fouled out, and Bo Henry had 2 points and fouled out. For Van Far, there was 2 of their players that did 99% of their points. Verdell Johnson had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 points. And Colin Wilburn had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25 points for Colin Wilburn. Latrell Wright had 4 points. Sam Middleton had 6 points. That was 2 3-pointers. Riley Hansen had 5 points. He had a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer. Riley Hansen also had 4 fouls. Latrell Wright had 4 fouls for Van Far. And Bo Henry and Jake Reimel each fouled out of this game for Elsberry. Bo Henry a lot earlier. So anyway, like I said, I don't feel like that Elsberry has anything to be ashamed of. It's a shame they lost this game, but they have nothing to be ashamed of on this. If you're going to rank teams, I'm sure Van Far is ranked a whole lot higher than Elsberry is. And they basically stayed right with them the entire game. So anyway, before I back out of here, let's get the calendar up here. And Wednesday night is the next game. Now, the boys are going to be playing in Mexico, and the girls are going to be playing here at Elsberry against Orchard Farm. And I'm going to cover this game here at Elsberry. Unless somebody comes up and tells me I have to do Mexico, I'm going to cover the game here at Elsberry. So, anyway, that's according to my schedule anyway, it's a 7 o'clock game for the girls versus Orchard Farm here at Elsberry. So, join me Wednesday night, and then we're back again Friday night again. But until Wednesday night, this is Kenny Masterson for the Indian Sports Network saying good night from Elsberry, and I will see you Wednesday.